All right, you guys, so I'm back with another example on perimeter, okay? And I'm going to do this example here. So I've done a triangle. So I had 3 sides I needed to add up. Okay, now I just have a shape, okay? That's why we've got this polygon as just a blanket um a blanket description of our shape here. Now, if it's got 4 sides, it is a quadrilateral, but it could be just that. It could just end up being a quadrilateral. And based off how it looks, okay, I would say that it's not a square, it's not a rhombus, it's not a quadrilateral, and that's what we've been talking about in our previous video was how do I determine what shape it truly is, okay? All right. So same thing again. I need to add up all the sides, which means I need the distance of each side. So I need to know what the coordinates are for A. So for A, I've got what looks to be -5, 6. For B, I have 1, 8. For C, I have 8, -9. And for D, it looks like I've got -10, -6. Okay? Now, make sure you get those points correct because if you get those points, if you miss one point, okay, that's going to affect the entire problem at the very end because when you go to add up those perimeters, you're going to be off. Okay? So you just got to keep that in mind. All right. So I need A to B, then I need B to C, C to D, and then D back to A. Okay? All right, and I'm going to be making distance formulas, okay, just like I did here for all 4 sides, okay? All right, so from A to B, so that's these 2 points right here. So I'm going to do 8 minus 6 squared plus 1 minus -5 squared. All right, now I got to do C, B, C. I'm just going to draw these radicals. Okay, now I need to go from B to C. All right, so -9 minus 8 squared plus 8 minus 1 squared. Okay, now I'm going to do these 2 points here, C to D. So -6, -9 minus -6 plus 8 minus -10 squared. Okay, now I'm going to do these 2 points. So -6 minus 6 squared plus -10 minus -5 squared. Okay. All right. So now, okay, I'm going to type in each of those. So the square root, parentheses, 8 minus 6 squared plus 1 minus -5 squared. I'm going to take the square root. Now I'm going to do, oh, I need to write that down. 6.32, because I'm going to round to 2 decimal places. -9 minus 8 squared plus 8 minus 1 squared. All right, so I get 18.38. All right, square root, parentheses, -9 minus -6 squared plus parentheses 8 minus -10 squared. So I get 18.25. Okay, that 8 rounds up the next term. Square root, parentheses, -6 minus 6 squared plus -10 minus -5 squared is 13. Okay? All right, so now if I want to label that picture, just to make sure I've got all my measurements, so from A to B is 6.32. B to C, we've got 18.38. C to D, we've got 18.25. And then from D to A, we've got 13. Okay, and that's just me taking inventory to make sure I have them all. Okay, so now the perimeter, the perimeter, so 6.32 plus 18.38 plus 18.25 plus 13. So I get 55.95. And we're just going to say units because I don't know if my measurement is in inches, miles. I don't have any of those details. Okay. All right. So you've watched me do 2 problems by hand, but honestly, you guys, I could do 100 of these, and this is exactly what I'm going to do for every single one. Okay. The most important part of this is why we have to have that distance formula memorized. Okay, because if you've got it memorized, it is so much easier to work with, and you can see how much quicker I was able to write those out because I do have that particular formula committed to memory. There's not a lot, but I do have this one. All right, good luck. If you need any additional help, please let me know.